Just kidding. Today we're going to learn about the Alpine Biome.
Let's take a look at who truly knows about the Alpine Biome.
So, where exactly is the Alpine Biome?
Well, I've heard that that's on mountains about 10,000 feet, but below the snow line.
That is correct. Can you point that out on the map for me?
They're right about right there.
Could you give me an example of
The
those?
Himalaya Mountains are a great example.
That is correct. So, Abby, do you know anything about the Alpine Biome?
What is that?
Well, it covers 16% of the Earth's surface, so you should probably know about it.
So Chloe, what do you know about the Alpine Biome?
Nothing. So, do you know anything about the Alpine Biome?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
The Yeti lives there.
Okay. Apparently Carly isn't that informed about the Alpine Biome.
So now let's talk to a true scientist who spent a little time up there.
Hello, Professor Francis. How many days did you spend in the Alpine Biome?
Approximately 83 and a half.
What was the temperature like up there?
The temperature range is about 20 degrees Celsius most of the time. Pretty much cold.
Anything else you'd like to share?
Well, I have a climatogram right here. As you can see, the temperature range is not very, very much.
So can you tell me some of the major issues you had to face while up in the Alpine Biome?
Well, there's large levels of UV radiation, and also heat loss is always a major issue. And the temperature can range from freezing cold one day to really warm the next day.
Knowing that you're not the only organism up in the Alpine Biome, can you give me some examples?
Well, there's pine, moss, grasses, and a few dwarf trees.
And what are the issues that they have to face?
Well, there's little CO2 in the air, which makes photosynthesis really difficult. And also, it's extremely windy and cold, which makes growing tall trees extremely difficult.
I bet.
So, do you know any other organisms found in the Alpine Biome?
So I know leopards and yaks.
Yeah, there are.
So do you know any animals that were found in the Alpine Biome?
Actually, I did hear that there was like llamas, alpacas, and mountain goats.
Okay. So do you know anything about the animals that live in the Alpine Biome?
Why, yes. I know that they have larger lungs so that they can survive in the higher altitudes.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know how many alpine plants there are in the Alpine Biome?
Yes, I know this one. There are 200 kinds of alpine plants.
So do you know anything about the plants that live in the Alpine Biome?
I know that they have to adapt to heavy snow and wind, and that the animals that live there are mostly warm-blooded.
Well, now that we've heard a little bit about the organisms found in the Alpine Biome, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the soil. Plants do not decompose well in the soil, so that makes the soil actually very poor. It's also very sandy and rocky because there's very dry conditions in the Alpine Biome. This also contributes to the fact that the soil is very well drained, which means there's not very much moist soil, which makes growing plants in the biome extremely difficult.
Hello, just a couple fun facts for everybody out there today. Alps means high mountains, and winter lasts from October to May in the Alpine Biome, and summer is from June to September. The Alpine Biome has a high altitude and cannot filter its sun rays. It leads to high levels of UV. Wow, I never knew the Alpine Biome was so interesting.
I know, me neither. I think it's really important that we need to preserve this biome because there's biodiversity found here that's not found anywhere else.
I think that Prairie Lake students should really start learning more about the Alpine Biome.
Thanks for listening.